Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and I help women look great and feel great through fasting and whole food nutrition. In today's video, I am going to share 5 easy keto dinner ideas. As you may know from my video last week, I have been on the keto diet and it's the first time ever for me that I am planning on doing this long term. Well, maybe not that long term. For right now, the goal is 14 days. And so that's why last week I presented my 7-day meal plan to you. You can access that free meal plan if you want. I'll leave the link in the bio so you can check it out. But in this video, I wanted to give you more easy keto dinner ideas in case you want to experiment with other recipes. And also, as I was creating my meal plan, I found that there was a couple of problems with a lot of keto recipes online. So I thought with this video, with these keto dinner ideas, I'll handle these problems. Like I'll present you meal ideas that don't have these problems. So what I found is that many recipes were pretty elaborate. And I feel like a lot of us are looking for simple, easy, simple, family-friendly recipes. Another thing is I found that many recipes involved too much dairy. I am somewhat dairy sensitive and I try to limit dairy as much as possible. I do well with goat feta and some other types of goat cheese, but I have to be careful with a lot of the other cow's milk cheeses. So I found recipes that either had no dairy or very little dairy. And another thing is that many recipes don't have very many calories. They may have only, 8 grams of carbs, but they also have only 300 calories. So that doesn't really work well because you need more than 300 calories for your meal. Particularly if you are doing intermittent fasting, as I am, that means you're getting only 2 meals. So you should have at least 700, 800, even 900 calories in your meals. And so if you're gonna have a recipe that has only 300 calories and then you end up having to eat like 2.5 portions or even 3 portions, well, that will really bump up the carb amount and it may not be keto anymore. And so that's another thing that I found with some keto recipes, and it was pretty frustrating to go through all of these recipes. Anyway, and I came up with 21 great keto recipes. I wrote a blog post about it. I'll put the link in the bio if you want all the recipes. And often you still have to double and even triple your portion, but at least I made sure I picked recipes that even if you do that, you are not getting too many carbs. And in this video, I'm going to share my 5 favorite recipes. I'm not going to take you through each of the steps of preparing each meal. I think that's pretty time consuming and I don't think anyone would watch a whole video just showing you how to make 5 recipes. You can go on my blog and just get the whole recipe there. But I will give you an overview of what's involved in these 5 recipes just to give you an idea of what they're like. So yeah, let's get started. So the first recipe I'm going to share with you today, as I'm giving you these great keto dinner ideas, is a keto salad. I really love keto salads because, well, just salads in general, even when I don't eat keto. You want to add as many greens as possible to your diet. I believe that is very optimal for your health. So I always try to have at least 1 salad a day. So this keto salad is great because it has a mixture of some of my favorite ingredients like cheese. Again, I recommend you do goat cheese unless you do well with cow's milk cheese. It has eggs, bacon, chicken breast. I think these ingredients will please the whole family and make your salad very, very appetizing. This salad will also provide you with 670 calories and 5 grams of net carbs. So very, very few carbs in this salad. Another recipe that I want to present to you is a ground beef cabbage stir fry. Again, stir fries are a great option for any type of diet. It's just super quick, easy. Sometimes for the whole family, I use a stir-fry veggies, a frozen mix, and then you just add some diced chicken or whatever, and it makes it super simple to feed the whole family. This particular recipe calls for a bagged coleslaw, so that makes your meal really quick. Or you could just use a whole cabbage. I've done that. You use a whole cabbage and you slice it. It doesn't have to be super fine. You don't have to shred it. You just slice it with a knife and it cooks well, mixed in with your meat and your other ingredients, and it works perfectly fine. So that's an option. This recipe has 840 calories and 12 grams of net carbs. Next, we have a crustless keto pizza. And since we're talking about dinner ideas that will please the whole family, I think pizza is always a great option. What I like about this particular pizza recipe is the fact that it has no crust, as the name implies. And I feel that if you're going to be adopting a new diet, like the keto diet, it's a good idea to not necessarily try to make keto versions of all the breads and the cookies, desserts. Instead, try adjusting your taste buds and getting used to going without these foods. So this crustless pizza not only is easier because you don't have to make a crust, but also it gives you that pizza flavor while still getting used to not having bread. And I know that I mentioned that I was going to pick recipes that had very little dairy or no dairy at all. This one is an exception because, you know, once in a while pizza, I think everybody enjoys pizza, even if you're on a keto diet. And again, you could use goat mozzarella, which works better for a lot of people who are dairy sensitive like me. I find that I don't react to goat cheese the same way I react to cow's milk cheese. So that would be an option for you. Or if you have dairy very rarely, you may be able to just have cow's milk mozzarella cheese. It's a matter of paying attention to your body and seeing what happens when you do consume these foods. For example, I know that sometimes when I am more sensitive, there's other factors that come into play. For example, if it's allergy season, or if you're not getting enough sleep, or you're fighting a cold, your body is not as strong and you may react more, right? And I notice that sometimes when I eat cow's milk dairy, I have more water retention, and that's a sign that I should be avoiding cow's milk dairy. So pay attention to these signs and decide what works for you. Now, about the recipe, you're basically just cooking sausage in a pan, covering it with pepperoni and some pepper if you want, some mushrooms. You can modify the recipe to suit your needs, and then you put your layer of cheese and you bake it. And so, sounds really delicious. But the pizza recipe, as outlined on the website that you'll see on my blog post, it has 591 calories and 8.9 grams of net carbs. The next recipe that I wanted to share with you is a prosciutto wrapped chicken recipe. On this keto experiment, I have been loving prosciutto. Sometimes just even as a snack, I use an avocado and I wrap it with prosciutto. I just really, really love it. It is a cured meat, and some people feel that you should eat cured meat in moderation. So that's something you need to consider. Maybe do not go crazy on the prosciutto long term, but it may help you get over that first more challenging period when you start the keto diet while your taste buds are adjusting. This prosciutto wrapped chicken recipe is served with a side of roasted asparagus. I love roasted asparagus, but sometimes they can be quite expensive and they don't keep long at all, so in the fridge. So another option is to serve green beans with your chicken. This particular recipe has 750 calories and 8 grams of net carbs. And the last easy keto dinner idea that I would like to share with you today is the perfect keto meatballs. I get most of my meat through ButcherBox each month, and part of my order is ground turkey. I'm always kind of struggling to figure out how to use my ground turkey. I just order it because it's cheap, and ground meat is pretty simple to use, but it's just that it doesn't taste the same as ground beef, and sometimes my family complains a little bit. They don't like it as much, so I'm always trying new recipes. And these ground turkey meatballs sound really delicious. You'll be serving them with some greens or some riced cauliflower, and you could also make a keto ranch dressing or serve them with mayo to add even more fat content. That would be great. You will actually need to eat 3 servings, which would be about 9 meatballs, to get 702 calories and 7 grams of net carbs. These meatballs use some tomato sauce, almond flour, tamari sauce, a bunch of fresh garlic, and fresh herbs. So they really, really look amazing. So that's it for our easy keto dinner ideas. I hope you found this video useful, and I hope you check out the blog post that gives you all the links to the recipes. And let me know if you enjoy these recipes. Thanks for watching.